Hello and welcome to my channel. So today's video we will be discussing about endocrine glands and its secreted hormones. So the different hormones, the different organs which we'll be discussing will be pancreas, anterior and posterior pituitary glands, thyroid and parathyroid glands, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. So first of all, pancreas. So it's an elongated organ located across the back of the belly behind the stomach. It is made up of two types of glands, exocrine and endocrine. The exocrine gland secretes digestive enzymes, and these enzymes are secreted into a number of ducts that join the main pancreatic duct. Whereas endocrine consists of islets of Langerhans, secretes hormones into the bloodstream, and the pancreas produce several important hormones such as insulin and glucagon, which are secreted into the bloodstream to regulate blood sugar levels. The main functions of the pancreas include the enzymes secreted by the exocrine gland in the pancreas help break down carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and acids in the duodenum. These enzymes travel down the pancreatic duct into the bile duct in an inactive form, and when they enter the duodenum, they are activated. And the exocrine tissue also secretes a bicarbonate to neutralize stomach acid in the duodenum. Besides insulin and glucagon regulate the level of glucose in the blood, there is somatostatin which prevents the release of insulin and glucagon. Next we have insulin. So when the body digests food rich in carbohydrates, glucose is released into the bloodstream, and this leads to an increase in blood glucose levels in the body. The pancreas sends chemical signals in the form of insulin that direct all the cells in the body to take in the glucose. And most of this glucose is used up to provide energy to the cells. The excess glucose in the bloodstream is converted into glycogen and absorbed by the liver and skeletal muscle cells. Ultimately, insulin release lowers blood glucose levels. Next, we have glucagon. Several hours after a meal, the blood glucose levels in the body they are low. So this signals the pancreas to secrete glucagon, which signals the liver and skeletal muscle to convert glycogen back to glucose so that we can increase the blood glucose levels, which is then readily absorbed by the other cells to produce energy, ATP. This loop functions continuously, ensuring that the body's glucose levels never drop too low. Next, we have somatostatin. So it's an inhibitory hormone, also called GHIH, growth hormone inhibiting hormone. It prevents the pituitary gland from secreting growth hormone, GH. And it is a peptide hormone that influences neurotransmission and cell proliferation and controls the endocrine system. Now, hypothalamus versus anterior and posterior pituitary. So they work in a HPA axis, that is hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. So hypothalamus is the master gland, a part of the brain located below the thalamus, and pituitary gland, a P-shaped structure located below the hypothalamus. Adrenal gland, the small conical organ on the top of the kidney. So when hypothalamus signals anterior pituitary secretes adrenal cortex and thus cortisol hormone. So when the levels of cortisol hormones go very high, the negative feedback loop initiates, and the high levels of cortisol they inhibit corticotropin releasing hormone, so that hypothalamus does not secrete any more cortisol. That's all for the video.